Welcome my dear students. Today's our topic is payback period method. Payback period method comes under the traditional technique of capital budgeting. Payback period means the period required to recover the original investment. Simply, payback period means the minimum required number of years to recover the original investment in a project. For example, if a project requires 10 lakhs and the annual cash flows are rupees 1 lakh per year, the payback period calculates the required years to recover the 10 lakhs. Before investment, the financial manager mainly focusing on recovering period. Why? Because the future is uncertainty. We don't know what happened in the future. Hence, they always prefer the project proposal which having low payback period. Look at this table. We have two projects, namely project A and project B. The life period of both projects are 4 years. If you observe the project A cash inflows, it generate equal cash inflows in entire its life period. That is 5,000, 5,000, 5,000 and 5,000. That is called as cash inflows are even. If you observe the project B, it generate different cash inflows. First year 8,000, second year 6,000, third year 3,000 and fourth year 4,000. The cash inflows are uneven. That means unequal cash inflows. When cash inflows are uneven, for calculating payback period, we are using this formula. That is, payback period is equals to original investment divided by constant annual cash flows after tax. We can take this example. A project requires an initial investment of rupees 50,000 and which involves an annual cash flows after tax of rupees 10,000 each year for 8 years. You are required to calculate payback period. Our formula is payback period is equals to original investment divided by constant annual cash flows after tax. In this problem, the initial investment means original investment is 50,000. So 50,000 divided by the annual cash flows after tax is rupees 10,000. So 50,000 divided by 10,000, that is 5 years. That means the payback period is 5 years. When the annual cash flows after tax are unequal over the project life period, the payback period is calculated through the process of cumulative cash flows. The cumulative process goes up to the period where cumulative cash flows equal to the actual cash outflows. Here outflows means initial investment. Observe this problem. ABC Limited is considering a project. Project requires an initial investment of rupees 20,000. The net cash inflows from the project as follows. First year 8,000, second year 5,000, third year 3,000, fourth year 4,000 and fifth year 6,000. Coming to the solution, for calculating payback period, we are using cumulative cash flows method. In this table, year cash flows, cumulative cash flows, year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is the life period of the project. Cash flows are given in the problem 8,000, 5,000, 3,000, 4,000 and 6,000. Coming to the cumulative cash flows, year 1 8,000, year 2 cumulative means 8,000 plus next year cash flows 5,000, that is 8,000 plus 5,000 13,000, and again 13,000 plus next year cash inflows 3,000, total 16,000. 16,000 plus next year 4,000, that is 20,000. 20,000 plus next year 6,000, 26,000. Our initial investment is 20,000. If you observe the cumulative cash flows column, it is clearly indicated that at 4 years we are recover 20,000 rupees of initial investment. So the payback period is 4 years. In previous problem, we are clearly identify the payback period at 4th year. But sometimes the initial investment is not recovered at a specific year. It may be between 2 years. In this situation, we are using a formula, that is payback period is equals to initial investment whole plus funds needed to recover initial investment divided by cash flows in succeeding year. Considering this problem, ABC Limited is considering a project. Project requires an initial investment of rupees 20,000. The net cash inflows from the project as follows. Year CFAT 8,000, 6,000, 4,000, 4,000 and 6,000. So as usually we are going with cumulative cash flows process. Year cash flows, cumulative cash flows. Now we are calculating cumulative cash flows. First year 8,000 plus next year cash inflows 6,000. So cumulative cash inflows are 14,000. 14,000 plus 4,000, 18,000. 18,000 plus 4,000, 22,000. 22,000 plus 6,000, 28,000. If you observe the cumulative cash flows, the initial investment of 20,000 is between third and fourth year. So therefore, you are using the payback period formula. That is, payback period is equals to initial year plus funds needed to recover initial investment divided by cash flows in succeeding year. Here, initial year means the payback period is between 3 and 4. Therefore, the initial year is 3 plus funds needed to recover initial investment. At third year, we are getting 18,000 of cumulative cash flows. The initial investment is 20,000. So, the funds needed to recover initial investment is equals to 20,000 minus 18,000, that is 2,000, divided by cash inflow in succeeding year. That means the next year cash inflows. The next year cash inflows are 4,000. So overall 3 plus 20,000 minus 18,000 divided by 4,000. The calculated payback period is 3.5 years. For calculating payback period, we are using cash inflows after tax. If they are given CFAT directly, there is no question arising about the calculation of CFAT. If not, we can calculate CFAT with using of this format. Sales revenue minus variable cost, that is contribution less fixed cost, earning before depreciation and tax, EBDT, less depreciation, earning before tax, EBT, less taxes, earning after tax, EAT, add depreciation, cash flows after tax, CFAT. Thank you for watching.